Rockin' fire from Francis, a 2-2. Another one! Let's watch how far this one's going. Wow! Way out of here! 2 bombs for Flo. Keep on coming. We're tied at 3.
Clears the Budweiser Rail House. Matches Oswald Peraza for the team lead with 9 homers. Now 27 runs batted in. Florial is locked in this week.
Give me that top hat, Flo. Let's go. Wow, did he hit that thing a long way. Runner takes off for the plate. Here comes Banuelos' throw. The tag, the slide, they got him! Nick Meyer besides himself. Banuelos didn't balk. Tried to pull the rabbit out of the hat, and man, he got him at home. How's that for a little excitement? RailRiders out of the inning. What a toss by Manny Banuelos. The runner took off for home on a straight steal of the plate. What a tag by David Freitas. So ends the inning. The 0-2 pitch. Lined, leaping grab at short by Peraza. My goodness, what a play. One for the highlight reel. That was the absolute edge of his mitt. He leaps at the highest point he can even muster to make that grab and save a run. 1-2 here. Ken Waldachuk with a runner at second. Trying to keep this thing scoreless. The 1-2. Got him swinging with a fastball. It's Ken Waldachuk's world, and we're just living in it. That's his 6th strikeout in 3 innings. We go to the bottom of 3. Still no score on the RailRiders Baseball Network. Looking for a momentum shift, and maybe that's what they got from Jimmy Cordero to come in, bases loaded, 2 outs, and pick up the strikeout looking. Oswald Peraza now leads things off, trailing by 2 here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch, and Peraza bounces it to the on-deck circle. It's 0-1. Oswald, the number 2 prospect in the Yankees system, reached on an air back in the 5th. He ended up scoring in the inning. Also hit a solo shot in the 3rd. His team leading 16th of the year. The 22-year-old swings through this one, and it's 0-2. Lots of 0-2 counts tonight for Worcester pitching. Politi struck out the sides last inning. He will miss downstairs. 1-2. He got Evans and Bell swinging and got Florial looking.
Thought he had it looking right there. A little hop after not getting the call.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Peraza rests the bat on his shoulders, awaits, and smokes one in the air to right center field. That's going to fall in the gap. It's a leadoff single, and the tying run comes to the plate.
Franchi Cordero sails the throw back to second base. Ryan Fitzgerald, the shortstop there, covering, and Peraza just quickly back to first base now. Oswaldo Cabrera to the plate.
5-game hitting streak with a single back in the first inning. An official 17-game on-base streak, which again will later turn into an 18-game on-base streak due to a suspended game on Sunday, which, by the way, matches a season long for any RailRider this year. First pitch to Cabrera. He will watch one inside, 1-0.
Worcester's built up leads multiple times in this game, and Scranton Wilkes-Barre, to their credit, has come back and had opportunities with the tying run at the plate quickly after Worcester took those advantages.
There goes Peraza. Pitches a swing and a miss. The throw down. Skips in. Safe at the bag. Oswald Peraza, his 28th of the year.
Big cut and miss by Cabrera. A little bit of protection for the runner there. I like the fact that you send him here. Down by 2. Some time to work with, but it opens some opportunities for Scranton Wilkes-Barre to get one across.
Shift to the right side, the 1-1. Cabrera, heavy swing, sends it back. One and 2. It's a part of the order you want up right here. Nobody out and a runner at second base. The leadoff is second. Politi looks back, his 1-2 pitch. Cabrera watches a call, strike 3. That breaking ball has been perfect all night from A.J. Politi. It's his 4th punch out.
We talked earlier about the injuries and how Scranton Wilkes-Barre banged up during this 2-week homestand. Connor Foley from the Times Tribune tweeting out earlier, Ronald Guzman might have been available to play if needed yesterday. I wonder if Guzman's available for a swing if you needed him here tonight.
He's been red hot. Ben Rortvedt fouls one off. Hitless in this one. Struck out twice. He's 0 for 3.
You pick your spot, depending on how the game goes, maybe a bottom of the 9th at bat for Guzman.
Yeah. RailRiders injury bug is flying around right now. No balls and 1 strike. Peraza, leadoff single, stole second. Running out of outs to play with here on this Saturday night. The 0-1. Rortvedt over the top of it. A breaking ball. It's 0-2. And that Politi breaker right now is just moving like a U-Haul. Oh and 2. Peraza, big lead. He goes for third. This one scorched to the left center field. Time to get the wheels moving. Coming in easily to score is Peraza. Rortvedt to second, and it's a 1-run ball game.
Opposite way, ripped off the bat. Peraza easily going to score from that. And Rortvedt, the tying run in scoring position for Rob Brantley. Nobody up behind Politi in the bullpen. The RailRiders have made contact, which is better to begin with, but some solid contact here in the 2 hits in the inning against Politi.
A chance for Brantley, who's come up big twice tonight. His double brought home a run in the 3rd, and another one brought home a run in the 5th. Rob Brantley now trying to tie this ball game at 7. First pitch. He'll take one in for a strike. It's 0-1.
Rortvedt getting his 7th run batted in for Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Been with the club since right after the All-Star break, pretty much nearing now a month with the team between his rehab and active stint on the roster.
Brantley waves over the top. It's quickly 0-2. Armando Alvarez on deck. He had an RBI double his last time up. Rortvedt at second. One catcher trying to drive in the other. 0-2. Brantley corks one down the right field line, but foul. Oh, man, he just missed sending that one out of here.
Didn't even leave the box. His experience from behind the plate the last half inning, he wasn't about to sprint out.
Yes. Man, Rob just pulled it foul. Lesson learned by A.J. Politi. Don't do that again. Late in this one, bottom 7. It's a 7-6 Woo Sox lead. Back and forth affair tonight. There's the pitch, well up and away, 1-2.
2 doubles, 2 runs batted in for Brantley. Came into this game 1 for 7 in the series. Tying run in scoring position, trying to get it back. 2 walks in the top of the 6th.
1-2. Got a piece of a high heat.
2 bases loaded walks in the top half of the 6th inning, the difference right now. Great crowd on hand tonight. 7,724 on our high school spirit and cheer night.
Trying to cheer for something right here. That's right. Brantley takes time. Now comes back in. They trail at 7-6. Trailed 1-0. Tied it. Trailed 5-1. Tied it. Trailed 7-5. Let's see. The 1-2. Ground ball right side. Casa slips on it. Flips it to Politi, who covers. That almost turned into a nightmare for Worcester. Instead, it's a second out. Rortvedt advances to third. Tying run down the line.
At least a productive out for Rob Brantley. You get that tying run. Ben Rortvedt over to third base. Should Politi let one go, bring in the tying tally that way. 2 outs. Going to need the contact from Armando Alvarez otherwise.
Armando Alvarez has tied the game once already tonight with the RBI double his last time up. He's been asked to do the same thing again. Tying run at third, he takes one down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Rortvedt the double, advanced on the ground out. 1 run across in the inning, so you can call it a positive frame already. Trying to put a little icing on the cake here to tie, maybe even take the lead. 1-0. Alvarez watches it out. It's 2-0.
I believe it's Chase Sugart getting loose in the bullpen.
Closely watching Rortvedt at third, who takes his lead off the bag. 2-0. Spoiled to the screen off the end of the bat. He was anticipating something harder than that. Instead got an 81-mile-an-hour breaking ball. RailRiders trying to get back in the win column and not slide to back-to-back losses. Worcester trying to get closer to evening this series. 2-1. Ground ball right into the shift, and just a lucky stab by Valdez. He gets him at first. Man, he came up quick there, and it almost slipped between the wickets. Instead, we find ourselves with a 1-run ball game. We're done with 7. Time for the 8th. 7-6 Woo Sox. This is RailRiders Baseball. Go to the top half of inning number 6. RailRiders trailing 2-1. We welcome back to the booth Adam Marco.
Hey, Steve.
You missed something, buddy.
What's going on here? Matt Pita.
Yeah. Why did Pita come in?
Love Matt. Congrats to Oswald Peraza.
It's awesome. It's really awesome. Downstairs here, Mitch Spence returns to the mound here for the top half of the 6th. Daniel Palka takes the ball. It's a 2-1 Syracuse lead. What a 45 minutes to step out of the booth there. Big swing and a miss. Drop the hammer on him. It's 1-1.
Saw the home run.
Uh-huh.
Did not see the hug watch, admittedly.
Okay.
I was in the press box, just scrolling on Twitter on my phone. Missed some things.
Yeah. Pitches downstairs and away 2-1. I wish you would have seen the hug watch. It was obviously everybody. And every hug was a bear hug, and the smile on Oswald Peraza's face was awesome. 2-1 misses upstairs, 3-1.
So last week, team was in Omaha. Greg Weiser getting called up. And similar emotions for everybody, I'm sure. One guy on the 40-man roster and people clamoring for, and for Weiser thoroughly earned, not to say that Oswald hasn't.
Foul ball. It's 3-2.
Last week, everybody was on the bus, ready to go. And I think it was maybe Ryan Weber. Doug wants everybody back inside. Everybody off the bus. And they announced it, and you could hear the roar from out the door of the clubhouse, really. So different reaction for a different time and place.
3-2 offering in the dirt. That's ball 4. Leadoff walk. That's the second walk issued by Mitch Spence tonight.
So Peraza, the home run tonight was his 100th hit on the button.
And a career high in homers.
259 average when he gets this first big league call up. And the pessimist in me, and I don't mean to bring it up, you hope it's one call up and he's there to stay.
Yeah.
We've seen it so many times up and down with some players.
Yeah.
And
first pitch, Yolmer Sanchez fouls it off of his right foot. It's 0-1.
And I don't mean to go that route immediately with Peraza, because the hope is getting the chance to play.
Yeah.
Being in the lineup. And at that age, a guy needs to be playing consistently.
Yes.
And that's part of the reason why he has been here so long. You want him playing every day. So for whatever reason the decision is made, what moves will have to be made, what they'll do.
Well, they're official now. They have officially made it known that Oswald Peraza has been recalled. I love that, considering he's never been called.
He was optioned at the beginning of the year.
I know. It's just funny to me. But yes, and then it was Marwin Gonzalez activated from the paternity list. So those are the two moves there.
So no pitcher.
No pitcher, which was a little surprising. Here's the 0-1. Dribbler foul first base side.
Curious if that means when they do go that route, LeCastro was optioned. Would he come back to us? Would they go to an arm at some point in time?
Yeah, I figure that this is not going to be the only September call-up, quote-unquote, move.
No.
I'd be a little shocked.
Activity starting in the RailRiders bullpen. Michael Gomez getting loose.
2 strikes here. Coming home. Got him to chase that one in the dirt. Dropped a filthy one on him. Down goes Sanchez. Second time he struck out against Mitch Spence tonight. He's got 5 in the ballgame. RailRiders still trailing this one 2-1.
See what Doug Davis thinks here. Does he give Spence another batter? Try to get him out of this inning, perhaps, before going to Gomez in the bullpen?
I imagine. He's gotten Plummer on strikes twice tonight.
Knowing we've got another 7-inning game to go, and perhaps not necessarily knowing what we'll get out of Chichi Gonzalez. We looked at his July numbers yesterday. Went like 19 pitches one game and then 65 the next.
Runner at first base with 1 out. 2-1 Syracuse. Nick Plummer hitless today. Pair of strikeouts for him as he watches it skip inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Plummer 2 for 3 last night with a double, single, and a walk.
17 game on Bay Street for Plummer, trying to extend it right now.
One of the tops in the International League right now. Not the longest. Have to go a couple times over to find the longest as he skies one, torched out towards left center field. Florial chased to the track. He will run and have it go off the edge of his mitt. Runners had to get a late start, so Palka only gets to third base. And Florial upset at himself. He ran a long way to get there and just missed it off the edge of his mitt. So a double for Plummer. And that's now an 18 game on Bay Street.
Former RailRider Gosuke Kato coming to the plate. Singled, scored in the last inning. Scranton Wilkes-Barre needs to find their way out of this jam in a hurry here with just 1 away.
So Kato, an infield knock back in the 5th inning. He scored what is right now the go-ahead run. Infield comes in. Of course, we don't have as much time here today to play with in game 1. First pitch, Kato, soft liner into left. That's going to dunk in and at least score 1. Pita charging in, fields and throws. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's on the money and they got him. What a throw by Matt Pita. He charged that perfectly and Nick Plummer's nabbed at the plate. A run does score and it's a 3-1 Syracuse lead.
Easily crossing is Daniel Palka. A little surprised they go for the gamble and send Nick Plummer to the plate. It wasn't hit that hard. Pita was charging in, heading towards the infield the whole time. And a pretty easy throw, I think, for Matt Pita to put it on point to Josh Bro and get second outfield assist in this series.
At the plate.
RailRiders corner outfielder to home.
2 runners thrown out at home. Ryan Lamar tossed one out from right field last night. Now Matt Pita adds his name to a short list. 2 outs, runner at second, 3-1 Syracuse. Pitch misses near the shoestrings to Michael Perez, the catcher. A little bit of everything today, huh?
Indeed.
Eight hits on the scoreboard now here for the Syracuse Mets. 1-0 is a crack bat flare towards right center. Another one's going to come in and score. Blake Perkins will throw to second. It's an RBI knock for Michael Perez, make it a 4-1 contest. Just a couple little doinkers here, back to back.
3 straight hits. That Plummer double well struck to left center field with a long run by Florial. And still trying to give Spence an opportunity to just get out of this inning, go 6 complete here.
Yeah, I understand. You want to get a clean inning for Gomez in the 7th, in theory. Save at least a little bit for game number 2. In the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes here on Travis Jankowski, the leadoff man with a single here tonight. Is 1 for 3.
1 run in the 4th, a run in the 5th, and 2 here in the 6th. Not done just yet. Spence trying to get through this inning. His 1-0 pitch is a late strike called for a 1-1 count. Gave him the inside black. Well, obviously it's exciting for Oswald Peraza. But there is something to be talked about, picking up the pieces that are left on the ground in the dirt 2-1 here in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre. What happens now in a post-Oswald Peraza world, in a post-Oswaldo Cabrera world? You obviously have had a basket full of defensive options. I'm not worried about defense. You got it all over the place, but there's something to be said with the loss of Oswald Peraza and what that means for this team on a postseason push this year. 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. Of course, there are obviously bigger fish to fry. But as far as this team is concerned, in front of your eyes right now, well, they just lost one of their biggest offensive weapons and their number 2 hitter. He's the only reason the RailRiders are on the board tonight. And he's assuming no longer in the building. 2-2, downstairs and in, full count.
I'd bet he's still in the building.
Maybe.
I think at this point, you're packing up your locker, which
calling and
making phone calls. This is a doubleheader with a half-hour break in between.
Yeah.
That your guys can come in and spend a little time, hang out with you.
Yeah. I can't imagine the flight is right now. 3-2. Dribble foul. Of course, he will join the team in Tampa Bay, St. Petersburg. 3-game crucial weekend series against the Rays starting up tomorrow night. Can't go understated how big that series is in Tampa Bay. A sweeping loss. Yikes. And I think that may have ever so slightly played in to what we've learned over the last half an hour plus. Runner will go here with 2 gone. A payoff pitch coming from Mitch Spence. Lined out towards left field. That's going to dunk in for a base hit and tail against the chalk line. On his way to third and getting there safely is Perez. It'll go as a long single, and that's probably it for Mitch Spence, who just kind of lost it here in the 6th inning. Ends up facing 6 batters, and here comes Doug Davis out of the dugout, second-year manager.
Michael Gomez has been getting ready. Gomez, of course, was up in the 1st inning yesterday, but Sean Boyle stuck around much beyond the 1st. Now Mitch Spence is trying to find his way through this 6th inning without any more damage perhaps coming across. Go to Gomez here, face off against switch hitter Jake Mangum. Get out of this inning right now and turn it back to the offense.
Ended up being 3 straight 2-out hits after the play at the plate, and Michael Gomez is the first guy up here for the RailRiders. I'll tell you about him when we come back. It's a 4-1 Syracuse lead, trying to keep it that way. We're in the 6th on the RailRiders Baseball Network.